Hello, I'm Niels. I'll introduce our app, Fitness Goal, with our primary client being college students. First, I'll start with our challenge statement through our pest analysis. And our challenge statement was people don't know alternatives for their individual diet goals. This is due to several factors, such as lack of government support for public nutrition education programs, not enough social support or influence with diet alternatives, the high cost of having nutrition services and resources like a nutritionist, or people might not have the digital literacy skills or the right tools to track macros or updated health information. So we reframed our challenge statement to be how might we convince individuals to discover personalized dietary alternatives that align with their specific health goals. So the existing work process that people use to find healthy foods or healthy alternatives is that pretty much anyone, like students, athletes, working adults, or parents, will use social media, recipe websites, a nutritionist, looking through the grocery store, seeing advertisement, or talking with other people to find healthier foods or alternatives. Um, and this will require time and money, either making food, finding healthier foods, or buying expensive, higher quality foods. And this results in feeling good and having good health. However, a lot of people do not have the time or money or knowledge or skills to do this. And this results in a lot of people just eating fast food, unhealthy frozen food, or other cheap, sugary, salty foods. And that results in feeling bad and having bad health. So our solution was to develop the app Fitness Goal, where you can input your fitness goals, such as gaining weight, losing weight, bulking up, or anything, and our app will suggest foods to you to help you achieve that goal. You can also look up foods to find alternatives to the foods you already enjoy, and then subsequently view reviews from other people that have tried the
The
food
design
before.
process for this page, requirements, personas, and design alternatives, started by first creating a concise concept statement. We created our application with the intention of helping users make healthier dietary choices through personalized food options. We realized that the next step in our design process would be to establish several key requirements. We first found a target audience that would benefit from our application, and from there, we were able to establish several key requirements. Some challenges we faced at this step included determining more precise requirements that allowed us to better help the user and create a more refined focus. The next step in our design process was creating the persona. We knew that we needed a user that is determined to eat healthy but is having a difficult time, whether that is due to lack of time or resources. This is when we realized that students exemplify our requirements 100%, as many students find it difficult to not only make time to make healthy meals, but also knowing which healthy ingredients to gather at the grocery store. During the design phase, we explored three main alternatives: Quick Eats, All Food, and Diet Buddy. These alternatives were sketched and tested through user scenarios to evaluate their effectiveness. After effectively assigning storyboards to their respective design choice, it helped us create more visually appealing interfaces. It allowed us to dictate our UX choices and how to display the information our respective users in the storyboard would find beneficial. The final design includes a clean and intuitive interface, AI-powered suggestions, and a robust database of food substitutions. Our design process involving brainstorming ideas, sketching alternatives, and refining designs using tools like Canva. Iterative testing with potential users played a significant role in improving both functionality and usability, while also ensuring that our app met our requirements and addressed our user needs effectively. Throughout this project, we learned the importance of balancing simplicity with functionality. User feedback was also very critical in shaping the design and also redesigning based on insights, which ultimately helped us create a better product. Ultimately, challenges such as integrating complex features taught us to prioritize and simplify where
Hello, my
necessary.
name is Minho Kim, and I'll be talking about the paper prototype. So the key features for our app is it gives the user the ability to sign up and put in their personal data, like their dietary restrictions, allergies, weight, height, and everything. And after they sign up, it'll give them a quick app tutorial of the key features that are available for their users. Um, the user has the ability to read and write reviews based on what they ate and if they like it or if they don't. They can search up for recipes and food based on their dietary restrictions, or they can browse trending recipes as well. Next, I'll be talking about the building process. Step one was to create the initial prototype creation. I'll show you on the next slide, but step two was the user testing. We asked a bunch of people to go through our paper prototype and we got the feedback from them, and that's the step three. And then after we got the feedback, we modified our paper prototype. So here's the walkthrough of the prototype. Step one, we have the sign up or the login. New users would press sign up. And then the new user would put in their name, weight, height, allergies, and then it will ask you like a bunch of questions like how often do you do physical activity? Are you trying to gain or lose weight? And then on the fourth screen, it will be a welcome screen. Users will put in their food, like what they want, and screen five, it'll show you like the result. And then for screen six, if the user clicks on one of the options, it'll give you like the recipe, the ingredients, instructions, macros, and then like the review of that option the user clicked on. And then the user can click on the reviews and then see like what people had to say about it as well.
Okay, hi, my name is Daniel. We're going to go over the wireframes for the project. So, quick description of the process was ever since our paper prototype, we made several changes. We also got the opportunity to collaborate with other groups in the class to receive constructive feedback. Um, there were pros and cons, and we're going to go dive in for this. So our app is going to be Fitness Goal, Fitness Health Companion. So the task tested in this case was simply signing up, inputting the required information to create an account, and most importantly, inputting the dietary restrictions and health goals that the said user would have, so that we were able to curate a personalized experience for the user. So the feedback can be summarized in three points. So, what is thy purpose? So, users were generally confused about the main purpose of the app, which is a fault, a design fault, and a UX fault. They were confused whether it was for counting calories, or or other purposes, when its true goal was for researching food alternatives. Next point was there was a lack of distinction between required and optional fields, um, which should be laid out clear from a user design perspective, just to make it a more efficient process. And lastly, drop down menus of predefined common dietary preferences or required fields or required filters um, were pointed out. So we went ahead and implemented these changes. This would include tutorial pages so that they would know the purpose and have an introduction into the app, and changing text fields to include signals or symbols to show what is required and what is not. And then obviously we added predefined options to make it more efficient and make sense for the user.
Hi, my name is Kabir Wadwa, and I will be going over the lessons learned from evaluations. For the process of choosing and recruiting users, we started off by making sure that potential users were people who fell into our target audience. Our main target audience was people who were struggling with maintaining a balanced diet and people who have a keen interest in fitness and health. Once we decided on user groups that met these requirements, we performed tests on these groups to determine how our app could impact these groups, different groups that were relevant to our goal. For the user tasks and why they were chosen, all of the tasks we chose were chosen with the goal in mind of helping users create a dieting plan based on their personal goals and dietary restrictions. The first user task we created was a task of creating an account and signing up. The second user task was designed to provide cultivated dietary options. This user task allows individuals to select all the food that they may be allergic to and also insert their fitness-related goals. The third user task is a screen that allows individuals to browse through the provided food options that have been ensured to align with their restrictions and goals. The fourth user task is for users who have a hard time picking where they want to eat. This task provides users with trending recipes. The final user task is a reviews page. This was chosen so that we would be able to provide assistance to users regarding any issues that they may have. Here's a list of successes and shortcomings for our user test. As you can see, there are many more successes and shortcomings. In terms of successes, there is no assistance needed for 4 out of 5 tasks, being creating an account, entering dietary restrictions and fitness goals, browsing food options aligned with restrictions and fitness goals, and exploring recipes for creation. In terms of shortcomings, assistance was needed for 1 out of the 5 tasks, which was providing feedback or seeking inspiration through the community page. Overall, if we were to complete this project all over again, we would start with designing the app around the core functionality of finding meal alternatives instead of trying to design the app around multiple functionalities. This will allow us to keep clutter down, ensure the app is very user-friendly for the core functionality, and also iteratively build out the app, slowly adding other improvements. Another lesson that was learned from the UX evaluation was that it would have been beneficial if we all worked on one template. We have a variety of stylistic differences between our separate designs, and it would have been easier if we used a template to keep the project as clean and aesthetically pleasing as possible.